This is the start of my trip coming back from Augusta, Georgia. That's the sunrise. It's about 7:30 a.m. For some reason, my microphone is tucked back to my cheek pad, and when the face shield is open like this, the audio is unintelligible for the most part, even when I crank it up to 400%. So I'll voice over the sections that I can.
Trying something new with the cameras today. So I found out that these cameras can be powered by the USB and still function. It's the same with the remote. Now the remote died before, well, it didn't die before the camera batteries did, but it did die eventually. But now I got it plugged into this USB socket here, so it should run the whole time back. And same with the camera, I got it plugged into a power bank. It's 10,400 milliamp hours, so that one would think would power. See, I didn't get the light, so might just have to go straight and come back around.
So here I am crossing the Savannah River from Augusta, Georgia into North Augusta, South Carolina. So, Augusta is right on the state line with South Carolina. So, it's funny, you got Augusta on the Georgia side and North Augusta, South Carolina on that side. So I'm in South Carolina now, and I'll be getting the journey.
Augusta, South Carolina. I'm about a mile down from 120 miles into this trip. Look at that Masonic temple up there. It's interesting. That one's a good one. I don't know what Masonic temple that is. I guess we'll find out if I can trigger the light here, which is interesting. I don't know where the sensors are. Yeah, that's a big Masonic temple up there. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Yep. Some of those old buildings like that. Going downtown Saluda. Pretty cool through here. I love all these little shoppings like this. And I really wish that I grew up remembering shopping on downtown streets like this. That would have been so much fun. Well, I just gassed up back there, and I think it's Van Wyck, North Carolina, and check the fuel economy, and I'm getting about 46.8 miles per gallon. I think that's what the calculations worked out to. So almost 47 miles to the gallon. So it's not bad considering I got a little bit of a load on this motorcycle. Here we are, coming into Waxhaw, North Carolina. I think it's the same way I came through before, but we'll see. Let's just check out this little town. It's pretty cool. Downtown district. Oh, look at this great old place right here. It's an antique mart. Look at that. That's awesome. This is a big downtown area. They get separated by railroad tracks, but this is really awesome. It really is. I love this little town. I've only been here, just walked past it through it twice. Here we are now in Monroe, North Carolina. I don't know if I go through the down south Texas here or not. So now I'm coming into Asheboro.
have on the same boats?
Just this one.
Okay.
I got another one back here, but it's a little bit hard to get to.
Okay.
Here we are in Liberty, North Carolina. That's a cool little town. Very rural. I don't know if it's a farming town or what, but it's got some pretty cool features here. So old houses, old trees. So now I am in the Burlington, North Carolina city limits. I think it's in a little town. Really, I can't remember coming through it the first time, so my batteries are in better shape because I'll have to show you all how I did this. This is, I'm glad I tried to find out if this thing would work off of external power because it has been on since I left this morning. My remote, now the camera may not be on now that I bragged about it. There it goes. So the remote is plugged into the 5 volts whatever USB thing that I wired to the bike, and the camera is hardwired right into a 10,400 milliamp hour USB power charging bank, whatever you want to call those things, and it has worked flawlessly since 7:30, and it's almost 2 o'clock now. I haven't had to swap a battery or anything. I got a 64 gig memory card in the camera, so I'll probably not even have to switch it, but I've been turning the camera on and off, not just leaving it on the entire time. So I'm sure that's saving some of it, but I don't think this trip would wear down that 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. So yeah, here we are in Burlington, and I guess this is the downtown. It's it might be a little busy. Oh, please don't come over. I tell you, it's pretty fun taking these back roads because you get to see these little towns that you'd probably never see before, and you've probably never even seen some of the names of these places, much less been to them. But it's interesting. I mean, this is stuff. This is right here in our backyard, man. This is our country. This is North Carolina. You live in North Carolina. What do you know about these towns? There's plenty of places in every state that I've lived that I never set foot in. But if it's within driving distance, it might be a little fun trip. Come to an antique mall, spend some money. You gotta admit, oh, what the hell is that? It's a car wash. That's crazy. With a flailing arm inflatable tube man out front. Well, I had to turn it back on. This town just keeps going and going. Now, as old as it is, I guess, Burlington is pretty big. It's spread out quite a bit around all these roads I've been going, but it is not a little bitty town. Burlington's kind of big. I thought that was it. Look at this massive church you got over here. That's fantastic. And over here, too, maybe this is not a church. That could be a mill. A lot of mills have those kinds of things. But this is pretty cool. So maybe this is the old town part. I don't even know. I have no idea. None. Oh, that's because we're in Graham. That's why. That's like Graham Presbyterian Church. So Burlington and Graham must be like adjoined to each other. That's right. So I remember Thursday when I was stopped on the other side of this intersection trying to figure out where I was. And I saw the church sign there. And I didn't even notice the signs on these poles right here. Discover Graham. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with Graham. Nice little town too. Nice little old town. Here's the neighborhood. Nice old houses. Nice green yards. This is cool. I like it. Now I think I'm getting on the highway, so I'm going to be out of here, guys, later on. So here we are into Roxborough, North Carolina. And there again, this is a repeat from last Thursday's ride. So it's another everywhere, any small town in America. Oh, look at that, a moose lodge. I don't know if I've ever seen a moose lodge. I've seen the Elks and the Eagles Club, but not a moose lodge. Hey, these back roads really take you on the back roads. Well, there's an Elks Lodge, and I've seen a Moose Lodge and an Elks Lodge. Okay, so they got one of each. They probably meet once or twice a month and have an antler battle or something like that. Elks versus the moose. Biggest antlers win. Alright, Roxborough, North Carolina. I don't know what the next town is, but I'll let you know when I get there. I got 13 miles till I get to South Boston. So I have not seen a sign of whether or not I've crossed into Virginia yet, so that's why I turned on the camera. And once I get into Virginia, I think I'll recalculate my route, try to make up time and not take back roads so I can get home to my wife. She's anxious for me to get home as much as I'm anxious to be there. So, South Boston, here we come. So based on the route I'm taking now, I've got 185 miles to go, and it's putting me getting there at about 6:30. So if I recalculate and not take back roads, I'm going to see how much time I'm going to save. Here we are. So here's the Virginia North Carolina state line. So I am now officially back in Virginia. So that's a plus. So here's the mighty James River. I don't know if I'm recording or not. Let me see. It looks like I might be. Here's the James River. We crossed it a little farther upstream Thursday. I ditched some of the back roads so I could get home a little earlier. So Scratch Babble, this is for you. I'm on the road. I'm going 72 by the GPS. 75 indicated on the speedometer, so it's not really far off. I got the visor on my helmet. It's not blowing anywhere. It's shoulder checking. I'm looking. The bike's doing well. I'm sure it isn't sucking a lot of gas doing it this way, but I just want to get home quicker. See the wife. I got probably about 50 more miles to go, and I'll be there. I'm at 75 on the GPS. So the speedometer on the KLR is not far off, actually. I wouldn't try to swish in and out of traffic going this speed, I'll tell you that. Not a bit. Oh yeah, just made it into Bowling Green.